What's going on, guys? This is Dave from PNP, and I'm here to talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. I just want to remind you that's the easiest place to play. There ain't too many places where you can win 20 times your money in the same night, utilizing higher lowers in the pick'em game. And now they have pick'em insurance, where while you won't win the same amount of money that you did before, you can miss one and still bring home some money. So if you do it 3 times, you can potentially still get your money back if you end up missing one. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up today and use the code PNP when you do. And the $100 deposit match still stands. Underdog Fantasy. Everybody, man, this is week 14. We're about to get into the home stretch. This is the final week of the regular season from a fantasy football standpoint. So I'm going to get to your questions, but before we get into that, I hope you guys had a phenomenal weekend. My apologies for not doing the waiver wire show this week. I had a lot of things going on this week between work, personal life, things, life happens. So I just didn't have the bandwidth to get it done. Now, that being said, I wanted to talk about things you should be thinking about doing before kickoff at 1 o'clock. If you're sitting in a phenomenal spot from a playoff standpoint, the first thing that you need to do is think about players that you're willing to play if somebody in your starting roster gets injured. Now, so what that means is this. You have guys that got you to this point. I'm a believer in you play the guys that you're going to trust for the 3 weeks in the playoffs, the two to 4 weeks that you're going to be in the playoffs, or whatever time frame it is. Those are the guys you're going to rock with. At that point, the folks in your bench are the guys that you're willing to play in case of an injury. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Sometimes you keep guys for bye week fill-ins. No. So if you're thinking about handcuffs, go get your handcuffs. If you're thinking about backup wide receivers for certain positions, go get those guys if you think they're going to help you. Think about the guys that you are willing to play if somebody gets hurt. Now, for the sake of the keeper league, guys, if you're thinking about keeper leagues, there might be some guys on IR that you think that might be able to recover going into the following season that you might consider keeping for next year. For the keeper leagues, go get those guys now. Go get them now. Drop somebody from the bench that you know that's not going to make it to your starting lineup within the next 3 weeks. That you're confident that they're not going to play. So find a guy that you have some heavy depth in. Find a position that you got some heavy depth in. Be willing to drop that guy, that position, and pick up somebody that you're going to be willing to keep for next year going into the draft. So just keep those things in mind. I tend to do that now versus after all the games I've played in week 14 because I think, things might happen with injuries and things of the sort, and then you might be trying to fight somebody else for some of those players that you're looking for. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, I wanted to talk about this because I have a story about this because Thanksgiving week is my most hated week in fantasy football. And the reason why I hate Thanksgiving week is because of the fact that there's 3 Thursday night games. The numbers show that the Thursday night games tend to have lower fantasy points. But also, you have to factor in that all the teams typically play on that Thanksgiving week. So, like, you got the 3 teams that play on Thanksgiving Day, the 3 games that happen on Thanksgiving Day, and then all the rest of the teams play that Sunday after. So you have nobody on bye. So everybody plays, but typically, historically, based on the data, Thursday night games tend to have lower fantasy output. And so, of course, coming into Thanksgiving week, I had a lot of players playing on Thanksgiving Day, and I was not happy about it. I was kind of crushed. And then, of course, I had Joe Mixon. I had Samaje Perine, and with Joe Mixon out with the concussion, so I was debating on whether or not to play Perine. But I also had Devin Singletary, Swift. I had Cook. I had a bunch of other players that I had to make a decision on. But that being said, I ended up playing all the Thursday night people, and they didn't execute the way I needed them to execute. Ended up losing that week with the delta of Perine. If I would have just swapped one with Perine, I would have won. But that's hindsight, right? And I was trying to explain that to some folks in the league, and, they thought I was crazy. They didn't think I knew what I was talking about. fast forward to this week, my opponent had Derek Carr, and you know, I you know, he had to win to get in, and the week's not over, right? You know, anything can happen. You know, yeah, but I asked, then I looked and saw that he has no chance to get in. But either way, you know, he needed to win. He needed to win to kind of to help other people under me get in. Um, and you know, he had Derek Carr and he only got 8 points. In this league, you get double points for the yards, passing yards. So he you know, and I pretty much said I literally just talked to you guys about the low output on Thursday nights. So, you know, and he only got you 2 points. Yeah, I try to avoid playing players on Thursday night. Typically, my philosophy on playing players on Thursday nights is if he's a stud, you got to play him. Like, you're not gonna bench nobody. But Derek Carr didn't fit the stud moniker. So, but sometimes you don't have a choice too, depending on what the injury situation is. Like, for example, if you had like a Saquon Barkley, if you had a Saquon Barkley, but you also had a running back that was playing on Thursday, you kind of had to play the running back that was playing on Thursday because you don't know if Saquon was going to play or not. Even though I guess there's a report out saying that he's most likely going to play today. With regards to Seattle, it looks like DJ Dallas and Kenneth Walker III is not going to play. I prefer Homer over Tony Jones, but it's going to be a running back mess. Like, I'm going to end up playing Homer today in a league because I have Kenneth Walker, but it's going to be a mess today. I mean, that's just the reality of the fact. But yeah, man, that happens, bro. You know, Thursday night games are the bane of my existence. I've hated them. I've never been a fan of them from a fantasy standpoint. I think that I never liked the fact for the players too because they don't really get that much rest. Typically, they play on Sunday. They don't get that much rest, and they end up turning around and playing Thursday. So it's just that's a thing too. Let's see. Y'all think I should play Chuba Hubbard or J.K. Dobbins? Dobbins, only because Hubbard's a pure number 2. He ain't gonna get that much work, man. Former's gonna get the bulk of the work. I hate kicker questions, but Mayor. Debo or DJ Moore? Give me DJ Moore here. Miles Sanders, Damian Pierce, or Jeff Wilson Jr. Which two should I play? Oh, this is the first round of playoffs. I need to check some data. Give me a second here. Because I'm curious about something. Particularly about how many carries that Wilson had last week. Oh dear. Oh dear God. Wilson only had one. He only had one touch. Did he get hurt? Wilson might not be. I don't think you can trust Wilson, man. Wilson's too. And you're definitely gonna play. Yeah, give me Pearson Sanders, man. Give me Pearson Sanders here. I can't trust Jeff Wilson with Mostert there. That's gonna be the issue for you. I'm taking Homer. I think Travis Homer's gonna get the bulk of the work today. I think Travis Homer's gonna get the bulk of the work today. I'm taking a risk. I don't think so, man. I looked to see. I haven't shot a message to Rashad to ask him, but I don't think we're going to stream today. I'm not sure. Appreciate the super chat, Brandon. Gabe Davis or Ayuk. Ayuk's been balling, man. And the problem with Gabe Davis is that he's kind of TD dependent. He doesn't get that many targets. And against Tampa, oh boy, that's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough game today. All right, we got Ayuk, and who was the other guy you wanted to know about? Gabe Davis. And Buffalo plays the Jets, who's a pretty. You know what? I'll take my chances on Gabe. I'll take Gabe. We'll take our chances with Gabe Davis this week. We'll do Gabe. Not sure. I haven't heard from Rashad. I'm not sure if we're gonna stream or not, man. I'm gonna be honest. I plan on staying at the crib, but I got other things going on today. But I am gonna I'll be watching the game for the most part. I mean, for a kicker, just pick a guy. Kickers are random, dude. I mean, you want a kicker? Hold on. Let me give you a kicker. Let me show you. Let me show you what your options are. Let me see. You want a kicker? This is how I would pick a kicker. If I was streaming kickers, this is how I would pick a kicker. Here's my suggestion. I'm gonna tell you how random kickers are because it's not. There's no science to it. Let me pick a quick. Let me share my screen real quick. Let me pick a 12-team league. Let's see. Present. Share screen. Chrome tab. Do this one. Share. All right. I'm assuming you guys can see this. Yep, you can. All right. Add a player. Pick a kicker. What's the projection? Steelers. I would tell you to take Boswell. All right. Boswell. If he's there. If not, you can go with the kicker from the Chargers. You know, they've been struggling to get into the end zone. The Minnesota kicker's fine. I mean, it's the most random things imaginable. Any of these kickers up here is fine. Just pick one. Don't care. I mean, it's not that serious. I mean, kickers are a random position. Same goes for tight ends unless you got Travis Kelce. Like, you know, Tyler Higbee. Tyler Higbee is ranked 16th. He only got you 2 points last week. Conklin's, what's he ranked? 12th. He's a starting tight end. He averages 6 points a week. But you know why he's a starting tight end? He had this 22.9. He only been double digits 2 times. And he's 12th. He's 12th in fantasy, guys. Let that marinate that for a second. He has scored, Tyler Conklin has scored double digits twice. Twice. All season long. And he's ranked 12th in fantasy. Like, let that marinate for a second. That tells you how important the position is. All right, so just pick one of these guys. You know, look at all the guys here. If I had to pick one, I'll probably go with Bellinger. Even though that was pretty trash. Yeah, nah, Bellinger. I will go with Bellinger. I will go down the list. This was an interesting one too. O'Connor Conwo. He's an interesting one too. Only because of the targets. I would pick a guy that's got at least 5 targets over the last couple games. Trey McBride is intriguing, but he hasn't really gotten too much targets. But I mean, you know, pick your poison, man. You really ain't gonna get too many options from that standpoint. You ain't really gonna. Tight ends are too random. So good luck with that. That's just my opinion on it. The 2 I don't pick are my running backs. I mean, you should be starting CMC and NTN if NTN is playing. CMC is CMC, bro. It is what it is at this point. Look, that's why I wanted him traded. I'm glad y'all got him. Hope y'all enjoy him. You can't hear me? That's weird. You should be able to hear me. You're going to have to start him. I mean, if you want to look at the available quarterbacks in most leagues, here's your available quarterback. I just dropped Deshaun Watson. So if he's there, you can take him. But I wouldn't play him at this point. I don't know. I don't know if I could trust him. I'm cool with playing Mike White. I'm cool with playing Tannehill. I'm cool with playing Brock Purdy if you need a pinch. Sam Darnold is somewhat intriguing only if this game, because the game could potentially turn into a shootout. Look at Baker. Look at him. That's about it, bro. Like you ain't really got too many other options from that standpoint. But like out of the ones that are remaining, I mean, out of the ones that Tannehill's your best option. I mean, Mike White's tough because of the opponent, but other than that, you know, I trust Tannehill enough to roll with him if push comes to shove. You got to start a quarterback, so yeah. I think Jamal Williams is now officially the second running back in Detroit. I think Swift has now taken over as the running back one. I think I'm not as concerned as Jamal Williams. The only time I'm concerned with Jamal Williams vulturing TDs is if he's at the one. Um, so I will probably go with Harrison Pierce here. Actually, I think Swift is finally 100%, and I think they're letting Swift have the opportunity to get all the work, which is phenomenal timing for me because I've been literally been trying to piecemeal Swift and try to get him through the pearly gate, so to speak. So I'm kind of happy that he's finally broke through from that standpoint. If you got a choice of him or Judy in the flex, Judy. I haven't been paying too much attention to what he's been doing. I haven't been paying too much attention to Denver. I would take my chances on Judy only because of the fact that they're playing against Kansas City. That has a potential to be a shootout, so he's gonna have to get some work. So I'll take my chances with Judy there. Who's Jacksonville playing today? Who is Jacksonville playing? I don't remember who the Jacks are playing today. Are they playing the top? Oh nah. If Trevor plays, I think I'm taking my chances with Trevor. Only because the Titans have the 30th pass off defense in the NFL. So I would take my chances with Trevor. I know he's banged up, but I'll take my chances with Trevor. I'll take my chance with Trevor. I know I'm gonna check the inactives in a minute. Matter of fact, let me go and do it now. They're not all here yet. No surprises. No Nico, no Cooks. No Kyle Allen. I'm assuming Davis Mills is starting this week. Yeah, I guess so. No surprises. We do Lamar Jackson with the playing. So we knew that already. Zach Wilson. So yeah, nothing surprising right now. NTN. I mean, NTN's playing, right? Yep, he's playing. Nothing surprising for the Steelers. Nothing sudden. I'm looking to make sure. I'm waiting for the confirmation about the Giants. Give me Donovan Peoples-Jones. By the way, these are terrible options. There's got to be somebody better on the wire than both of these guys. But if you're making me pick between these two, give me Donovan Peoples-Jones. He might have got benched. He looked terrible last week. He might have lost his job. He looked terrible last week. I was watching some of that game. He looked awful. Awful. Saquon is active. Amari Cooper is active. Trevor Lawrence is active. So I guess I need to move Saquon back into my lineup. Hold on a second. I took him out. The leagues that I got him in, I don't need to win though. Well, in one of them I do need to win, but the other one I do not. But if he's playing, I'm going to play him. So let me go ahead and change that in my other league too. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll keep him. But I have Foreman as the as my flex, and I'll put Saquon in the starting spot. And keep Gabe Davis on the bench. Foster Maru didn't get me no points. Terrible. Terrible. That's what happens when you play folks on Thursday night. But it's tight end, so it is what it is. T. Higgins or Zeke? Who is Dallas playing? Washington? No, they're playing Houston? Zeke. Give me Zeke. I'll take Zeke. I will take Zeke there, sir. All right, got the Ravens, got the inactives in here. Dallas got the inactives in here. Marquise Bell's inactive. Aw. FAMU. Shout out to FAMU. Still waiting for more inactives. There's no such thing as a lock in fantasy football. I've learned that a long time ago. Terrence Marshall, Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt. Geno or Joe Burrow. Burrow. I'm intrigued to see how the Seahawks play today with the running back situation. I'm very intrigued. I wonder if Geno's going to have to sling it today. Matter of fact, speaking of which, I need to up the ante on my underdog fantasy. But I got to make a deposit first. Before I do that, let me make a quick deposit. Oh, Zay Jones is active. That's good to know. I'm about to put him back in. Do. All right, one more refresh. Detroit Lions just popped up. New York Giants just popped up. All right, and it looks like the Titans just popped up. Eagles just popped up as well. I think he's got RB2 upside. Yes, I mean, because I think that Travis Homer is more trusted than Tony Jones, and I think if Travis Homer was active last week, he would have gotten the bulk of the work. Right now, the Seattle running back situation is a mess, and I want to believe that Travis Homer is the handcuff. My concern is DJ Dallas and his injury situation doesn't have enough details either. DJ Dallas is probably the bona fide handcuff. but he had a high ankle sprain and he came back and played the rest of that game. So I don't know if he's going to come back for the rest of the season. So I'm trying to figure that out. No, Tony Jones is healthy too. Tony Jones is healthy too. So Tony Jones is probably going to be active as well. So it's going to be a committee type of thing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think Homer's got RB2 upside. Which more? I'm assuming DJ Moore, but I still would prefer Christian Kirk here. Need to do another. I need to blow this up for a quick second. I want to present my other screen. Do some underdog real quick. See what we looking like. Do some underdog with you guys. Okay, so share screen, Chrome tab. Show this lobby off real quick. Let's see here. I'm going to do some pick'ems. I did one last night. I did one last night for the Seattle game, Seattle-Carolina game. So let's look at these numbers again. They might have changed a little bit since last night, so let's see what they look like now. Not much has changed. Oh, they added the Pinero, man. How you feel? 1.5 extra points made. That means we got to score 2 touchdowns. Y'all feel confident we're going to score 2 touchdowns? Extra points made. That means we got to score 2 touchdowns. That's a 2. So when I see something like this, that's a 2 touchdown play. How you feel? You think we're going to score 2 touchdowns? Higher or lower, guys? Higher or lower? You think we're going to score 2 touchdowns? How y'all feeling? 2 touchdowns? This is where I always do my show. Normally I just have a green screen in front. You think Wilson get us 2? All right, let's do a higher. We'll do a higher then. I think we can get us 2. That's what it's about. Like now, if he out here missing extra points, I'm gonna be furious. But that's what that play is. All right. What about Sam, man? You think he's gonna score? You think he's gonna throw for at least 190 yards? That's what that line is, pretty much. 190 yards. You think he's gonna throw for 190 yards today? Huh? I think he's gonna need to win. I wouldn't put Godwin in over Diggs. I would put Godwin over Amon-Ra, but that's it. I wouldn't put him in over Chase or Diggs. I probably, you know what, with the 49ers defense, I probably won't put him over any of them. I think the thing about, I'm playing Godwin this week, but for me, it's about his targets. He's been getting a ridiculous amount of targets. So he'll probably sniff the end zone. I mean, that's not a guarantee for the others. I mean, Diggs got to go against Miami this week, against the Jets. I mean, the Jets ain't a slouch either. So it's all about perspective. So y'all think Darnold's gonna throw for 189? All right, so let's roll with it. The yards went up. Last night the yards was 59.5. They went up to 63.5. I think was it 59.5 last night? I think it was 59.5 last night. And DJ Moore's yards is about the same. I think around 50 last night. Now, this is the one that was interesting. Geno Smith. 263 passing yards. I think he'll hit that over. I think he'll hit over on that. I like this one. I like this one right here. The yards haven't changed here for Lockett and Metcalf either. I like this one. I'm going to do a 20 for this one. And if you did insurance, that's how insurance works. 2 out of 3, you win one. You win 1 times your money. You get your money back. 2 and 3 out of 3, you get 3 times if you do insurance. But I'm not gonna do insurance. I'm gonna do we'll do 6x. So I'll do 15. share my picks later. Let's see if there's some interesting ones for the 1 o'clock that I can exploit. I'll try to do a 5 for the 1 o'clock. $16.5 fantasy points. I think that's attainable. Yeah, I'll do a higher there. We got going for Kenny Pickett. Detroit is. Did you know that Minnesota's the underdog in this game, which is kind of wild, but not shocking. $65 seems very attainable. I'll take my chances because I don't know how to guess that, man, because Detroit can be unpredictable when it comes to things like that. All right, what are we going to do about Mr. Jefferson here? Has he gotten a touchdown? He's got a touchdown in the last 2 games. I think the fantasy total's too high. $52 seems like a lot, man. Let's see what you guys are thinking over here. There. Jacksonville and Tennessee. Man, I have a feeling that they didn't really run the ball like that. Yo, man, that's terrible. I don't trust it. Philly. We'll do a hire for Mr. Jalen Hurts. Let's see here. Daniel Jones. Do I want to attack this game? No, I don't. Not separately like this. Mike White. Josh Allen. How many players I got right now? 3. I'm running out of places to. Jesus. $13 receiving yards. Is that a tall task to ask for? Maybe. Yeah. Pierce looked terrible the other week. Their defense is legit. Cleveland and Cincinnati. How many attempts? 15.5 against Cincinnati. That's tough. Nine. How many damn? You know what? I'll do higher. I'm trying to do a bunch of 1 o'clock games. Let me see. I want to hit something from this game, man. Mike White, 36.5 passing attempts. God damn. No wonder it's that high. Would they have him come out there and throw the ball 37 times? That's a lot, bro. Oh, God, that's a lot. That seems like a lot. That seems like so damn much. But you know what? F it. Why not? What's worse gonna happen? I lose $10? Yep. Okay. All right. Let's see, man. Let's see if y'all ask some questions. I didn't think y'all asked some questions. Oh, y'all talking about Prime? Man, look, I'm tired of talking about Prime, man. I'm just waiting for the Celebration Bowl to happen on Saturday. So Jackson State can close their book on that whole ordeal. 90% of the stuff that's happened, 90% of the stuff that's happened is not true anyway. Things that are reported. So, I mean, Homer, Travis Homer. Give me Homer here. I'll take Homer. I agree. Foreman's gonna rush for a lot, man. I'm gonna do one more, but Hunter went in the portal. That'll be hilarious if that's true. I haven't checked yet. I haven't been paying too much attention. If the players when they go into the portal, that means they're not playing in the Celebration Bowl. So that'll be hilarious if he goes into the portal. But I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. I had Central beating them if they were fully rostered anyway. So, which is hard for me to say as an Aggie, but I got my philosophy about SWAC teams, and so far, nobody has proven me otherwise yet. And this team probably had a shot to do so. But I haven't heard Travis Hunter officially went into the portal. Because once that happens, it's he won't be able to play. Yeah, he's on the way, but that doesn't mean anything. He ain't in the portal until he's in the. He's gonna go in the portal. He's not in the portal yet, because if he's in the portal, that means he can't play on Saturday. Jackson State still has one more game left, so if you go in the portal, you can't play on Saturday. So a lot of players aren't gonna go in the portal till after next week. Until he puts the paperwork in, he's scheduled to play Saturday. Need two. Mike Williams, Devonta Smith, and Marquise Brown. Is Mike Williams playing today? Give me Mike Williams and... Actually, no. You know what? I ain't taking no chances with that. Give me Devonta Smith and Marquise Brown. Yeah, I mean, of course, Brown's going to say Hunter's on the way. I expect him to go there. And I'm pretty sure he will be there. But I'm just saying he ain't in the portal yet. Like, you guys got to understand how this works. Until his paperwork goes to go to the portal, he is still at Jackson State. That's how it works. Well, I mean, there's two opportunities for the players to go into the portal. There's now, and then there's another period in February. So things can change. Things can change between now and then. So it'll be interesting to see, man. I think I've gone viral on Twitter one too many times for my taste. So, we'll see. I think a lot of, I know a lot of Jackson State alums is like, they just want the game to be over. Because I think there's a lot of misinformation going out there and things that aren't true. And, I think people are just tired of it at this point. They just want the game to be over so they can move on. Miles Sanders and James Cook. Give me Miles Sanders here. And just so you guys know, man, I'm not talking about the prime and the prime situation off of an opinion. I'm talking off of folks that I know that are in the know that know the folks that are involved. So I'm not just talking an opinion here. So. Honestly, let me check. Let me see. Let me pull up Deshaun Watson real quick. Did I pass it? I might have passed it. Yeah, there he is. Okay. No, I don't think so. He's gonna have to throw the ball a lot if Cleveland falls behind. Cleveland hasn't been a good team this year. So I'm not, I question if they want him throwing the ball 31 times, though, when you got somebody like a Nick Chubb. I think they're trying to, he's still rusty. I don't know if they're going to have him sling it so much. The 15.5 rushing attempts felt like a lot, but I don't know if they want him slinging the ball as much. 16 fantasy points ain't asking for too much. 221 passing yards is fair. I mean, I'll probably put a higher there. I mean, now granted, he only what did he throw for last week? Dang, he didn't throw for much at all. But he only threw the ball 22 times, so they're trying to reel him in. So they're not gonna do too crazily on him with it. So. Jerry Jeudy. I'm assuming he'll run the ball 15 times. Why wouldn't he? Yeah, he'll run the ball 15 times. That's a safe assumption. Russ. God, Russ. You want to believe... Well, he threw the ball 35 times against Carolina. Fewer interceptions. I like this one. Why not? Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun, shall we? Let me go to the Carolina game, so that's a late game too. I think you'll outshoot. Yeah, I think you'll outshoot Russ. About 60 yards. I think that's possible. Considering how bad that offense has been. I think he'll get higher than that. Is that it? That's the max I can do? There we go. Ingram and Njoku. Oh, God. Njoku. If you want. I mean, that's tough. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll play Mostert. I think Mostert's probably still the one in Miami. Yeah, I'll do it. All right, it's 12:04. I'm about to shut this bad boy down. All right, guys, it's been fun. Hopefully Carolina comes out with a win today. I think we got a shot. It's going to be a tough game. We haven't won a road game all year, and we're 1-4 to Seattle. So we'll see what happens today. Geno Smith's been playing really well, but Ben McAdoo knows him very well. People forget that Ben McAdoo was the guy that was the head coach in the Giants when they benched Eli Manning for him. So he respects the hell out of Geno Smith. So he knows him very well. But with that being said, I'll see you guys later. I'm not sure if we're going to do a live stream or not today. If not, then we'll definitely be live as usual tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So with that in mind, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.